Hello and welcome to my next video in my series of frequently asked questions. So this one I get so much and so many people comment on this. Do I get scared? Do I get scared, and what's the scariest thing that's happened to me? I do not get scared at all. I really don't. And that's just because I am very sensible, extremely sensible. I make really good decisions based on my safety, and I've never really had a scary incident. I've had one slightly uncomfortable incident which I removed myself from, but I really don't get scared. I feel more scared in a house on my own than I do in my van. The reason for that is if I'm in a big house or in a house, people could get in through numerous windows or doors and I might not know they're there. Or my biggest fear living in a house was that I would come home and somebody would be in my house. I used to go through and check cupboards in every room and make sure there wasn't anybody in the house. So living in a house, I used to get scared all the time. But in my van, I don't, because no one's going to get in without me knowing. So my biggest fear would be not knowing somebody was coming in, whereas no one's going to get in my van without me knowing. I'm a very light sleeper, and I have the dog. The dog barks when people come or there's a noise. And again, I make very good decisions regarding my safety. Even just recently, I'm traveling in the northwest of Western Australia, and I've been staying pretty well mostly at caravan parks for about 4 or 5 weeks. And even though there are some free camps, they were all off-road and down dirt tracks, and there was a lot of rain and flooding. And I wasn't prepared to go down those roads, and the road flooded out and I couldn't get back, or I was stuck or isolated. So I make really good decisions. I don't risk my safety at all. If I have any doubt about a place, I don't stay, I move on. And that's the way I don't get scared. I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. And the only scary incident I had was in the first year, and I was staying it was actually a rest stop outside of a town. And it was a town that was known for having backpackers and surfers and things like that. And I don't know where you are, but where I am, a lot of them have the high aces like I do that they camp in. So I was at a spot which is normally, I guess, populated by younger people, surfers, backpackers, things like that. And I did have a local drive through. Now, he was with his wife and 2 young children in the back. She was driving, but he started yelling, oh, hey, how you doing, everything. I think he thought was like a surfer dude or something. He couldn't see me because I had the sliding door facing inside off the road, which I normally do. And so as soon as I heard him, I closed the sliding door and I just waited to see. And he was obviously drunk. But then I looked out the front window and his wife was there, and there's 2 young kids in the back, and he was carrying on. And when his wife saw it was me, he's like, it's just a woman, it's just a lady and whatever. And anyway, he came over and he was just apologizing profusely. He was very drunk. And I don't trust people drunk or on drugs. I really don't. So anyway, he ended up just chatting there for about 10 minutes. Finally, she got in the car and they left. And I got in the van and I moved on. And I knew there was a spot in the next town where I could camp in the town, one of their just overnight spots. So I did that. But that honestly is the scariest thing that's happened to me. And it wasn't even scary. I wasn't scared. I was uncomfortable. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to stay. Like I never felt my life threatened or anything like that. And I haven't. I've just never really felt scared or been intimidated. So I don't think it's luck. I think, well, some of it's probably luck, but I do make really good decisions. So just take your safety carefully, seriously. I have made a video on all my safety tips. I'll try and remember to link that in the description below. But I really don't get scared. I think this is the least scary thing. And like the last 3 or 4 nights I've been camping, remotely, and I'm not scared at all. I'm really not. I preferred this than being in some of the towns I was staying at the caravan parks. When you're in a caravan park that's surrounded by a mesh fence and barbed wire on the top, that's not a really safe town. That's your first clue. It's not a safe town. And so I barely ventured out of the caravan park for that one because I just didn't feel safe. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. Do I feel scared? I do not, but I'm very sensible. Very sensible. I do not do not mistake my peace and calm for not being smart and really working things out. That's Abby. All right. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.